Rahul Punch Out Boxing. I'm delighted to be here with Michael Pirotton from just across the English Channel for now in Belgium, but soon to make his way to Riyadh for the WBC Grand Prix tournament in the prestigious heavyweight division, no less. So, Michael, first of all, thanks for your time. And did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah, it's good enough. You can add Bamogo, it's my mother name, and I wear both name as I represent two countries. I like my two origins to
Hmm.
be represented. So my full name is Michael Pirotton-Bamogo, but you can say the best as you can, and it's good enough.
Yeah,
I'm not.
on the Riyadh season badge, it had Burkina and Belgium as your represented countries. Your mother's from Burkina Faso originally.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Oh, well, lovely to have both countries represented. So, Michael, I've been looking at your career. Obviously, you started in 2019, first few fights in Belgium, but I guess
Yes.
being such a small country, you had to expand your horizons. And lately, you've been based in America or fighting in America. Am I right?
Yeah, I was based in LA in Manny Robles' team. Um, it's in Southgate. We were based there
Hmm.
for like 3 years. I was training in this gym. I was going back and forth doing my camp there, coming going back because I didn't have the green card, so I had to do back and forth, back and forth. And I learned a lot there. Great experience. First of all, as a young guy to be able to live in another country was interesting, and as a boxer, they really implement a lot of things in my style because I'm a mover, and I really needed and still need to learn how to pace myself and stay on my feet and stop and hit because I'm pretty naturally powerful. I mean, I'm a good athlete,
Hmm.
uh, and I needed to use my power a bit more, and I like the Muhammad Ali style, being on my toes and moving a lot, but you have to be more to be effective to be able to get the respect of your opponent and just not running away. So right now I'm looking a lot at boxer like Bivol, for example. I
Hmm.
like this style, and that's the approach I'm trying to develop. So now I'm back in Belgium for this camp because the time change, the time delay between LA and Riyadh was too big, so it didn't make sense to go there and train with this team. I hope and I think I will work with them on the long term. So I might go back there. I have a few trainers that was that were I'm I'm learning English still,
Hmm.
um, that were interested in working with me, but it was easier to do it that way for this camp. Maybe when I pass this turn and we go to the next one, I might go train in UK, or I don't know what's gonna be next, but I'm gonna need to get the level of sparring up and be able to test myself to be ready because in the tournament there is some big name like the Olympic champion and thing like that. So
Hmm.
I can I have to go out of my comfort zone if it makes sense
Perfect sense.
in English. Yeah, okay. Yeah, my English is a bit rusty. I've been here for more than 6 months now, so I lose the I'm less fluent than I used to be.
Oh, I'm sure it'll all come flooding back. But yeah, Michael, before we go into like your pro career so far and the tournament, can you just tell us a bit about the start of your boxing journey? How did you get into it? What did you achieve in the amateurs? That sort of thing.
I was a mean kid. No, I was fighting a lot, and I get in a new school. A few days after I get there, I had a fight. And then I was friend with one boxer who told me, if you want to punch people that your level, you need to do boxing and to fight people that are strong enough to fight back. Then I took the challenge, and it was just to being cocky, you know. I just went to the gym to show him that I was not scared of people, of the big guy he talked about. So, but after I really find discipline. I find sort of patient. I was already a fan of Muhammad Ali, not because of boxing, but because of his political impact on my community.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, you know, it did just make sense about that time. I needed to find discipline. I needed to find a way out of the struggle I was going through about that time. So yeah, that's how I get into it. Then I start winning fights, and I like it. So I really got into it. Then I went to university, and I didn't have the time to do both. And after I win the Belgian tournament, our national tournament, I went to represent the national team in the Euro under 22 in the amateurs. And then it was getting hard to find opponent in the amateurs in Belgium. Now the amateur in Belgium are getting bigger and bigger. There is more and more guys, thanks to few guys that did good in the last Olympics
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. But by that time, there were not enough opponent to keep fighting in the amateur. So I turned pro, and then I decide to take a break in my studies, and I left the university just before getting my degree, and I was studying politics, and I start to really focus on boxing and try to live to make money out of boxing by being a sparring partner. I was sparring partner for Maurice Bradis
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning. It make a bit of quid.
Yeah.
A few guys like that. Tony Yoka. I was in Germany for Ajit Kabayel, but that time I did plenty of camp to try to develop.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was approached by no, I did approach plenty of manager to try to find a way out of Belgium, because I quickly understood that if I wanted to become a champion, I have to knock at the to get out of the country, you know, and
Yeah.
try to either the UK or the US, because it was there. So I went to LA. I fought, I think, 4 times in the US, and then here we are.
Yeah, that's quite the exciting journey. So, is it fair to say is boxing popular in Belgium?
No,
I
not
can
that.
only think of one Belgian heavyweight in history, and he fought your hero Muhammad Ali, Jean-Pierre Koopman.
Yeah,
So yeah, what is it like?
actually, my first trainer was a policeman, and his name is Albert Siben, and he fought Muhammad Ali in an exhibition. It was a exhibition tour sponsored by Toyota by that time, I think.
Hmm.
And they fought in my hometown. There is picture of Muhammad Ali and my trainer in the gym. And yeah, Belgium is not a boxing country, but I think there is some great talent. And few years ago, there were not the great good structure to develop those talents,
Hmm.
but a few guys succeed, like Riyad Mehri. He was the WBA regular world champion in
Yeah.
the cruiserweight.
Hmm.
There were also Victor Ilunga Shellstrat, who went to the last Olympics, and few small things like this that show that we are getting there slowly. We are getting there, and yeah, I think my journey also is one of the journey that can show to the younger guys that maybe even if I'm still on the way, there is a way to live out of boxing. It's still hard, but it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. So we are working and we are trying to develop.
Yeah, absolutely. And
And
success can only make it improve. So if you get that success that you're obviously targeting, I'm sure it will make the sport grow. Just we'll go back to your time in the States. We've had a couple of our own British fighters go there, and one thing they say is it does up your level, but they're shocked by how hard things like the sparring is. I know in America, it's much more macho in the gym. They think every sparring session they have to like teach the new guy a lesson. Did you find that at all? The same culture?
uh, yeah, yeah, but it was. I think they should manage a little bit better the recovery, especially in the small weight class,
Hmm.
because this guy, the Mexican guys, their culture is, bro, they're just crazy. If you take it from a health point of view,
Hmm.
I think from 12 years old, they are punching the shit out of each other, you know. And but that's why they're great. That's why if you can go through this, that's how you're going to be a champion. But yeah, you spar 3 times a week, from 6 to 10 rounds, depending your level. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and you have to show that you have balls, man. That's simple as that. That's a bit the culture. That's right. But I think that's the only way in this sport. You know, it's go hard or go home, as they say, and that's bring a lot to your game. You know, and but you have to be aware that you have only one brain, and you have to be able to be humble enough to say, okay, maybe not today. And it can be hard to be able to say it, I guess,
Hmm.
because you don't want to be exposed like somebody with no balls. And
Understood.
but in the heavyweight, I think we take less punishment than the small weight because they are going back at it and back and
Mm.
forth, back and forth, back and forth, like you know, we are small. The pace in the heavyweight it's way slower than you can see in the featherweight, for example. They are
Yeah.
this is just crazy. But just watching them, you can learn a lot out of it. But yeah,
Interestingly, I mean, these last 20 years or so, heavyweight boxing in America has declined, which after they dominated for 100 years. What sort of fighters were you getting sparring as? Was it the foreigners like who've come from, Russia or Europe, or were there enough Americans for you to spar with?
I spar with the first year. I spar with Charles Martin,
Hmm.
former heavyweight world champion. I spar with Richard Torres a bit, few
Oh, yeah.
times.
Yeah.
I spar with Filip Perkovic last year, which is a European. Uh, I spar the best sparring I get was also a former Olympian. That one is in the tournament too. Uh, it's Tone Rogava, I think. I don't know how you say his name. It's a bit special. And also Gurgen Ovanesian, I think. I spar a lot with those guys. They were in Tengu's gym.
Yeah.
We did spar a lot. I learned a lot. Thanks to them. Cool team. They are good people, and they helped me a lot develop because I was a bit by myself, you know. So getting good sparring was good. And I spar with well experienced fighter, Alex Flores, a lot. He did fought. Fought. I don't know. You will correct me. I'm sorry for my English again. He fought Joseph Parker
Yeah.
a few years ago. He is really experienced, so I think he has more than 20 fights. I learned a lot with him. But big name, the bigger name I did was in Europe. It was Daniel Dubois, it was Fabio Warley. I fought them when I was in the UK a bit. Uh, I didn't spar the top dog in the US because it's really big, and LA is not uh, it's not the city where the most heavyweight are. The most of them are in Las Vegas, and yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You're right. I don't think historically the East Coast has always been the center of power for American heavyweights, but
yeah,
well, so how did you come to be entered into this great tournament? Did you apply yourself? Did your management team get you in, or?
no, they send me they contact me through one member of the committee or the organization, the WBC, a Belgian referee that work with them. His name is Daniel van der Wiel,
Hmm.
and he contacted me and asked me if I was willing to represent Belgium, and that it was a great opportunity, and that boxing was about to change, and they were on the verge to create something more like the UFC mentality, where the zero defeat is not that important, and they want to encourage
Yeah.
young guy to take more risk and don't be so scared to lose the zero. And as I was a little bit stuck with my career, it was hard to find fights because I don't have match room or whatever behind me. I have a good promoter, but that it was hard to find fights, development fight, fights where that cost a lot for an heavyweight to
Mhm.
find guys that when you are the favorite, but they are still good and they're getting better and better, but they are more and more as you're getting higher in the ranks. So it was a bit hard as I'm not famous and I don't have the community to make it to that would make sense to invest on me for my promoter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
and so it's hard for guys like me to be able to to have the path that some guys can have when they go out of the Olympics. They just have the promotion that everything fall into place, and you just follow your path to the world championship. That's not the way I chose. Maybe I have some regrets to. If I knew, maybe I would have stayed more in the amateur and try to reach the Olympics and maybe have a better situation. But
Yeah, you're right. It is hard. I remember reading how back in the 80s, Mike Tyson's management spent $250,000 in him before he had even turned professional. That's
yeah,
to
that's
get him
expensive.
to win all those top amateur competitions, getting the top sparring partners. So I shudder to think how much investment is needed nowadays. So it's a very difficult sport. But nevertheless, you're going to Riyadh, and it is a great opportunity for all of you guys to, really get your names out there.
De-
And
Definitely.
whoever wins it, it won't matter. Everyone that performs well, I think you're going to be catapulted up the rankings. Have you looked at all the other contestants? You mentioned you have sparred with the former Olympian
Rogava.
Zotny. I don't know how to pronounce that,
Yeah,
but other than them, yeah, I
Rogava.
mean, there's guys from all over the world. Have you come across any?
Yeah, yeah. I watch a few one the top one the more the one with the most chance of winning it all, like
Mhm.
the Olympian champion, the Olympic champion from Uzbekistan. I would, yeah, for sure. He's the most dangerous in it. There is Rogava, I think he's the second one. There is the guy from Croatia that have a big amateur background. There is Dante Stone that was just had in the program, which is a southpaw, and he's already really experienced, and he's older than the age that we were supposed to be allowed to have. Like he's 30 or 31, he's 18 fight already. So we have to watch out for him. There is another one that pull out. It was at Adebayo, but I think he's not there no more. He's from he was from Nigeria, but he's not there. There is also the German guy, which is a southpaw, Victor Jerk. I don't know how to say it. He's more than 2 meters, and he's a southpaw, so or it's already enough to watch out for him. And yeah, I will study them when I'm at draw. I didn't want to. I didn't want to watch everybody and have too many information in my head. I was focusing on myself and getting in shape and getting fight ready. I was going back from a lung infection, so I really work hard to be physically in my best shape and technically too. Technically. So once I have my opponent, I will look him. I will look to everything. I will even find out in which school he went. So I will, but for now I don't do the research. I will find out everything when I have his name. I will find every video I can find. I will study him. That's one of my best ability, the ability of studying guys and understand the science of this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The higher the levels you go, that ring IQ is probably the most important factor at the higher level. Do you have any idea when the draw is going to be made?
They change every day, and I ask one time, 2 times. I stop asking because I don't want to piss them off. But yeah, that's a bit the information change again. So I don't know.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
that you're all in the same boat as long as no one's being given an
That's
early
it.
advantage. But yeah, maybe it'll be like the amateurs where you just find out on the day. In which
That's right.
Yeah, then it will come down to who's got the most skill. All right. Well, I mean, like I said, it will be fascinating to see how you all get on. You're obviously a highly intelligent guy. You understand this.
Thank you.
Your English is better than my French or Flemish, so thanks for doing it in English. Yeah, so just a bit about Michael Pirotton-Bamogo outside of boxing. You mentioned you were studying politics at university. So is that your main interest outside of the sport? What aspects of politics would you like to maybe one day after you've done with boxing? Would you like a career in politics?
No, I don't think so. I would like to. I would like to be part of what's going on in my country, in Burkina Faso. We are fighting for our independency, our freedom. We are you can check it out what's going on and watch out for which media you choose, because when African countries trying to get free from the imperialism, there's always bad thing to think about, to tell about it, and sometimes you have to watch out from where the information is coming, because our president Ibrahim Traore is doing a great thing. He's helping our country to develop, but as an African, you have to stand for your own, and sometimes your interest as an African can be in contradiction with the interest of the Western country and the Western media. So yeah, I would like to participate to the uprising of our country, our nation in West Africa, which is Burkina Faso, but we are linking with Mali and Niger to try to do um, uh, um, confederation and trying to be in the in not to be in a position when we have to demand for help because we are rich in culture and rich in resources. It's just time for us to be able to manage our own resources and not being just the the slave, to be honest, no more. So yeah, that's my plan. I don't know how exactly now. It depends how much money I can make after boxing, but I will definitely. I think it's my purpose in life is to do my part, just do my part, like everyone else in our country. Burkina Faso mean the land of people with integrity, and we are. It's not the first time that we try to be free. Last time they killed Thomas Sankara, leader. This time they don't kill nobody. They are going to kill nobody.
I think I
It's
did read
surprising, Okra.
Ibrahim Traore is that he wants to get control of Burkina's gold production. And
Yeah.
yeah, I did read something about that. So yeah, great moves. Have you been to the country of your mum's origin? Is it Ouagadougou's the capital there, I believe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been there uh, plenty of time, and I'm planning to go back just after the fight, right after this fight,
Hmm.
to see my grandma who is turning 101 years old. God bless her.
God bless her.
Uh, yeah, we the blood is strong, you know. Uh, and yeah, so yeah, and after boxing, I will definitely move back there. So yeah, it's I don't know if exactly what I'm gonna do. I have few plans. Like I say, it depends how much money I can make. If I make millions, I'm gonna make noise. If I make a few quid, I'm gonna hustle and do my part like everyone, you know.
Wow, who knows? Become a big enough success in boxing. You could even do a fight over there and give the people something to cheer for.
Yeah. I was supposed to fight there in June, but the tournament we have the obligation to fight only in the tournament while we are in.
Hmm.
So I will definitely make a homecoming fight just for my cousin and my family to be able to fight in front of them would be just an achievement. And if I can make a bit of noise and make something that bring people together and maybe give some hope because we are going through a lot in our country to get rid of the imperialist system and the terrorists in the same time that are sometimes working good together. So we have a lot to do.
Yeah, well, yeah. Not. I know what you mean. I think it's one for a discussion, maybe off camera one day.
Yeah, it's easier to and I have a loud mouth, but it's even louder when I speak French. So yeah,
All right, Michael, it's been absolutely fascinating. Pleasure introducing you to the fans here. Yeah, good luck in Riyadh this Easter weekend, and hopefully we will see you in a big fight, maybe even here in the UK soon.
yeah, inshallah, inshallah.
Many thanks. Good luck, and we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, thank you. God bless.